All right, folks, welcome to Assignment 3. Assignment 3, what we have here is LA. This is our headquarters. There is an 1841 router that's up at the top. Okay, LAPC, this is the 192.168.11 network. That's down on to the left here. 192.168.10 is down to the right. Our transit network is 192.168.1. Okay, that's our transit here. And we're only sticking with /24s right now, so pretty straightforward. LA 2811, all it is it's a router, yes, and it's just a larger router, that's all. There is something here. You will have to add an extra Ethernet card. So if we zoom in there, yeah, just anything like a WIC1 Ethernet, WIC1 ENET, that should work. Drop that into slot 0. Okay. So this goes down to, this is 192.168.2. That's this particular network. And behind that router, 192.168.12. Okay, 192.168.3 goes off to the right. And the 13 network is right behind it. Okay, so that means that your hub router here, it's going to need some static routes. Static routes going out this way. It's basically saying, okay, from the 2811 perspective, in order to get to the 11 and the 10 network, you have to get to a router who has that networks directly connected, or at least as close as possible, right? So to get to the 10 network and the 11 network, your next hop IP from the 2811 perspective is .2, 192.168.1.2. That is your next hop IP. Okay, same goes for the 12 network. Your next hop is 2.2. To get to the 13 network, it is 3.2. Okay, those are your forward routes there. Now, let's go from the LA perspective here. LA, this router needs to know about anything that is not directly connected. That's not directly connected. So these 3 networks are directly connected to that router. What is not directly connected is 192.168.2, 12, 3, and 13. Okay, so some static IPs are going to need to be in place. Those static IPs, or static routes, sorry, those static routes are to get to the 2 network. Your next hop IP from this router's perspective is 192.168.1.1. Okay, so it does not mean that your next hop IP is down here, right? It means next hop IP of what is directly connected. So The LA2811 knows the other route how to get down here. Okay. So essentially this LA1841 is just passing it down to its next hop IP. Same thing. SD1841 in order to get to the 3 network. Next hop IP is 2.1. To get to the 13 network, it's 2.1. To get to the 1 network, 2.1. To get to the 11 network, 2.1. To get to the 10 network up here, it's 2.1. Okay, good. So applying that same logic from the SF router's perspective, okay, it already knows that these two are directly connected. So we're good on those. This is going to need a static route to get to the 2 network here, your next hop IP, 3.1. To get to the 12 network, 3.1. To get to the 1 network, 3.1. To get to the 10 network, 3.1. To get to the 11 network, 3.1. Okay. Why don't we look at seeing how to configure that? That's going to be our ultimate goal, because from the PC's perspective here, you want to be able to ping everywhere. Want to be able to ping anything in this network, this network, this network, and also be able to telnet into any of the devices. To telnet in too. Okay. So what were some of the general commands? Some of the general commands. Let me see. I really should have just, well, you guys can develop your own template of things that you're already just automatically gonna need, right? So things like enable secret Cisco, right? That was one. What else do we have going in there? Like line con 0, password Cisco, log sync, and login, right? So, yep, that was one. To be able to turn on telnet, line VTY015, password is Cisco, login, transport input telnet, right? And I say explicitly configure that because on later Cisco devices, they turn transport input none. They turn everything off by default. At least on Packet Tracer, I think everything's on by default. Okay. Okay, what else was in here? Oh, yeah, probably want to do this. Right. Have you ever gotten something like this, like you fat fingered a command or something, and then you're sitting there stuck, like that? Well, Control-Shift-6 will get you out of that. And it's like, what a stupid, well, yeah, okay, no judgment. Okay, Control-Shift-6, that's one there. But if you want to turn off IP domain lookup, then if you want to turn that off, you would do no IP domain lookup. No IP domain lookup. Yes, Ben? Nope. Nope. Okay, no IP domain lookup. And then maybe have something like this, like host name with the space and no return. I think I'll save this. Cisco template dot text. Okay, can you turn your speakers off, please? What's that? Oh, like interface VLAN 1 and stuff like that. This is just for general global because configuring interfaces is going to be all different for everyone. So at least this part, you don't have to think about it, at least too much. Okay, start with the hub router here. Okay, config T, paste that in. Okay, LA 2811 is the host name. Okay, cool. So let's look at our interfaces out here. Okay, this should be pretty sure it's this. Do show IP interface brief. Thing F00 goes up. Oh yeah, so you'll decide which interfaces now, right? So interface F00, pretty sure that's it. Link to LA, IP address 192.168.1.1. And it's fashionable for the service provider router to use the first IPs. Okay. Okay, we'll no shut that. Next one was FASTY1, link to SD, IP address 2.1. Okay. Ethernet 000, that link to SF. 3.1. No shut that. Save your config. Okay. Next one. Okay, config T, right? Make sure that's copied. Paste that in. That's LA 1841. Then just configure your interfaces. Okay, I don't remember which one that one was, so. Okay, so since I don't remember, here's another easy trick. Okay, you do that and then hit escape, and then you see, look, oh, that was FASTD00. Okay, so that was FASTD00. Description was link to. Okay, this will probably be the user side, the 11 side, and the 10 side to the server side. Just link to users is fine. 11.1. And interface FASTD1. It's 10.1 over on that side. And this interface here, Ethernet 000. Link to core router. And this is 192.168.1.2. Okay. Yep, done. Because if they were the same, you would have an IP address overlap. Each host needs a unique IP. Let me show you what happens if there's a IP address overlap. Okay. IP address 192.168.1.1. Right, so you're gonna have something like that. But hopefully we should start getting messages of a duplicate IP address found. If you start getting those messages, you're not routing anywhere. Okay, we'll give this a minute to see if we're gonna show IP interface brief 192.168.1.1. Okay, if that's 3.0, yeah, so this is E00. Your instructor made a mistake. Been known to happen. Yep, so you see what I did, right? Yep, I configured the wrong interface. So when that happens, if you ever do something like that, you can do this. Conft default interface F00, and it will set the config to default. So I'm going to do the same for E00. Okay. Yep. And yeah, if sets it back to default, right? So see this? So since I did default interface E00, resets it back to no, like nothing ever happened. Okay. So let's go to E000. Description is linked to LA, IP address 192.168.1.1. Okay, so check that out. You're going to start seeing duplicate address entries right there. And it's sourced by this MAC address, 6B82, 6B82. 6B82. That's the MAC address of this router right here. Okay, so if you see that, fix it. Okay, so this would be okay, do show IP in brief. Okay, now we're 1.2 now. Ping 192.168.1.1. Okay. Okay, that means I got my hub router probably wrong. Okay, so this, just grab it, hit escape. F00 goes down to that side. So that means F01 goes down to that side. Okay, I'm gonna do a save as here. Nah, I'm just gonna save that. It's the new blank there. Okay. So we got that. Let's get SD going. Okay, this is SD 1841. Okay, so interface F00, it's 192.168.2.2. 2.2. So that means interface FASTD1. Description link to SD. Link to users, SD users. That should be okay. IP address 192.168.12.1. Okay. So when you do show IP route here, hopefully you see two directly connected routes, hopefully. Got the 2 network and the 12 network. Let's go into the SF router. SF1841. Okay, this should be F00. IP address 192.168.3.2. Okay, and interface F01, FastE1, link to SF users. And that is IP address 192.168.13.1. We'll do a no shut on that. Okay. From all your spoke routers, make sure you can ping that core WAN router. Make sure you can ping the core. So 192.168.3.1. I'll probably need to I think I need to fix that. Interface FastE1. .1. Okay. Yep, got a good ping there. So that means SD Ethernet 00. That's our description link to SD. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so we'll see if we can ping 2.2. Yes, we're good there. And then 1.2. Okay, we're good. Okay, what we'll probably want to do here, let's see, we could do a new, okay, those are Cisco templates. Okay, so from here, what we can do to make things a little bit easier for yourself, okay, it's going to be IP route. We're going to do IP routes for every single network that we see in here. Okay, 192.168.1.0. Okay, so that's our /24. And so x.x.x.x, it's going to be something else, right? This is going to be our template. Okay, that represents our next stop IP. So we do see the 1, 2, and 3 networks here, right? Yeah, it's going to be to the next hop, but this is going to be our template. So I'll show you how we're going to use this. Okay, so from here, we also have 11, or we'll start with 10. Okay, we also have kind of copy it up to there. 11, 12, what else we got? Like 13 in there too, right? Okay. Now, from this router's perspective here, it's next hop IP for everything. It's going to be 192.168.1.1. Okay, so you can probably even do something like this. XXXX, replace it with 192.168.1.1. Okay. Now, from LA 1841's perspective, from this right here, show IP route connected. The connected routes are 1, 10, and 11. So that means you don't need 1, 10, and 11. So when you paste in something like that, an exclamation point, a bang, it's going to comment it out. So from LA's perspective here, paste that in. Now you have all your static routes there. Show IP route. Hey, look, there's our static route to the 2 network, to the 3 network, to the 12 network, and to the 13 network. Okay. Cool. So something like this now. Yep. Reset. Okay, so now we're gonna go, let's try from the SD side, right? So SD side, directly connected is 2 and 12. So we don't need 2 and we don't need 12. Our next hop IP for everything, 192.168.2.1. 192.168.2.1. Replace it with 2.1. Okay. So paste this or copy here first. Go to SD. Paste in. Normally, I would have you guys typing everything out line by line without doing something like this, but I think you're getting the idea at least, right? Yeah, wax on, wax off. Okay. Okay, reset. So folks, also too, if you don't want to use Microsoft Visual Studio code like this, Notepad++ is fine. That works great too. Yeah. Whatever was directly connected on the SD. Whatever's directly connected here. So directly connected here was like 2 and 12. Right? So this one is going to be the SF. Okay, so SF directly connected networks on SF are 3 and 13. If you want to trust but verify, which I recommend, show IP route. Anything that shows up is connected here. Okay, you can comment those out. 3 and 13. And 13. Next hop IP is going to be what? 3.1. So let's go through and replace. Two dot one, 3.1. Okay. Okay, cool. So now, hopefully from SF at least, those have all the necessary routes. The last thing that we're going to configure, because this one is going to have a few more moving IPs, is your hub router here. Okay, so a hub router, let's think about this. Okay, hub router. Okay, what are the directly connected networks? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So to get to the 10 and 11 networks, what is the next hop IP? Anybody? From the LA 2811 perspective. 1.2, yep, 1.2, 1.2. That's 10 and 11, 1.2. To get to the 12 network, it's going to be 2.2. 3.2 to get to the 13 network, right? So hub router here is going to know about everything. Yes, Ben. Because look, from the LA router here, what's directly connected? Right. But the router knows what interface to go out of. Yep. Okay. So let's get the LA 2811 going. Joe IP route. Oh yeah. By the way, if you want to avoid typing in Cisco twice, doing something like that, then you can do this. Come over to config. Okay, after you get to here, just go save, and that gets you straight in. That could save you some time. Okay, so show IP route. Only have 3 directly connected. So let's take this, paste it in. Okay, so hopefully you can follow my logic and madness there, because this is going to save you some time so that you can do assignment 4 sooner. Okay. Now, show IP route. See, got our statics in here. So that means from SD perspective, hopefully, we can ping 192.168.10.1 and 11.1. So you can also do trace 192.168.10.1, and that tells you the exact hop it goes over. So 2.1 is up here, and then 1.2 is right up here. So that traces the path, the router hop for you. All right, let's finish configuring here. Okay, for your switch, SD switch, that's sitting out here. Okay, this is SD2960. Interface VLAN 1. Here's what I'm gonna do now. So yeah, these are fine. Just keep them the same general pattern that we've been using. IP address 192.168.12.11. That's fine. Okay, then we're going to no shut that interface. What else do we need on here? IP default gateway 192.168.12.1. Okay, good. So now from this perspective, we should be able to ping 192.168.10.1. and 11.1. Okay, save your config. SDPC. Okay, 12.101, I think it was, right? Okay, and make sure we label here. It's IP 12.101, subnet mask, default gateway, and yeah, let's go ahead and do DNS as well. And where did that label go? DNS 192.168.10.200. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, 2960 here. This was 12.11, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and get the 2960 switch here done. Okay, config T, paste that in. Okay, int VLAN 1, IP address 13.11. No shut. Default gateway 13.1. And hopefully we can ping 10.1. Okay. This is going to be 13.1. Thirteen. Oh yeah, ping. Or on Windows here, or Packet Tracer, it's trace RT. Trace RT. Okay, and that's going to give you, hey, there's the front door, 13.1. 3.1 is that WAN router, or the core router. 10.1 is the LA router. Okay, cool. So trace RT. Let us get this one. Okay, this one's going to be 11. .101. Oh yeah, DNS server. 10.200. Okay, there's our template. We're gonna get the switch set up. Okay, interface VLAN 1. 11.11. Okay, no shed. 11.1. So just do something like ping something remote. I think we're good there. Oh yeah, also make sure that you could telnet to every switch, any remote switch. So like telnet 192.168, what was that, 13.11? Yeah, so make sure you can get that. Okay, configure the switch. Interface VLAN 1. This should be 10.11. Okay, 13.1, that's fine. Yep. And DNS. Okay, it's 101 or 200, right? Okay, make sure that DNS is resolving here. Make sure this is ticked on. abc.com. The address is going to be that. Okay, so that means all your PCs ping www.abc.com. If you can't, make sure we have that at least. You can even try it in your web browser. Hey, look, came up there. So that means, yep, we're good there. Ping by host name or ping by friendly name. Okay, that's the DNS server. Yep, looking good there. Come over to here. Okay, DNS server is there. Okay. Now that, folks, is how to get 100% on your assignment 3. Okay.